Look around you, different things born out of truth and passion. Business software, it's our craft, our identity. Thoughtfully engineered, passionately designed to help you transform your business. Zoho, made in India, made for the world.
Welcome back. You're still tuned into markets at noon, and the Nifty is now down nearly 40 points as we speak to trade near that 24,800 mark. But Maharashtra government has now permitted most shops and commercial establishments to operate 24/7, excluding alcohol and hookah businesses. To discuss how this move will pan out, we are now joined by Zorawar Kalra, Vice President at NRAI, or National Restaurants Association of India. Mr. Kalra, afternoon, and thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now. First up, if you can tell us, what does this mean for restaurants in Maharashtra, and how much incremental growth are you penciling in on account of this move by the government? Sir, you are on mute. Could you please unmute your mic?
Sorry, force of habit. Thanks for having me. This is a truly welcome move. It's an absolute landmark, hallmark move that helps propitiate further the interests of the industry. We are an important industry. We are the second largest employer of humans in India after agriculture. We also contribute between 2 and 3% to the country's vibrant GDP. That's about $120 odd billion on a $4 trillion economy. So it's a very, very important sector. By having such landmark progressive policies being introduced, what happens is that every single stakeholder in the equation benefits. There's much greater convenience for citizens. Mumbai is the hardest working city in India and contributes, I think, the largest to the GDP of the nation. People work late nights. There are hospital staff. There are shift workers. There are night security staff. There are so many people who require food, and by the time they reach home from their work, every establishment is shut. Students, professionals studying or working till late hours, they also benefit. It makes life easier for travelers. Any tourism, this is going to give a big boost in the arm to tourism. Mumbai already attracts a lot of tourists, both domestic and international. They will all benefit naturally if a restaurant or a place of food can serve, or food trucks or whatever they're proposing can serve 24/7. It gives them more options. It also helps providing more, because it's now regulated, it also helps in ensuring better levels of safety and hygiene. The government is the second part of the equation that benefits. With more restaurants opening till late, there'll be more tax collection for the exchequer. The employees benefit significantly, because with more restaurants being allowed to open till late hours, there'll be a requirement of additional shifts. I predict at least 1 or 2 additional shifts per place that runs for 24 hours. Currently, there are 2 shifts. I predict this can go up to 3 or 4. Obviously, the industry benefits, because remember, we pay rent for our premises for 24 hours, but we get to use them for only 12. So the remaining 12, you're paying rent naturally, but you don't get to do any trading. And as a result, this also helps improve trading density, helps reduce perhaps cost of occupancy, and the industry is helped. And of course, all the related industries, the ancillary industries, such as the food purveyors, the people that provide the various stuff required to run restaurants and food establishments, are all going to benefit. So every single person that is either remotely or directly involved with the industry actually gets to benefit. But there are a lot of ancillary benefits. The improved food choice and hygiene is a very big factor. Right now, there are some places that are running perhaps without legal approval till late at night, and there's nobody to check. When everybody comes under the purview of the FSSAI or the authorities, then the food safety and hygiene factors are extremely improved. But the urban vitality and the night economy, the night economy is a very important thing for a city like Mumbai. Mumbai is, in my opinion, at the forefront of almost all economic activity of the country. It's such a vibrant city, and it shuts down at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, which is sad. So in order to boost the vibrant economy, get more tourists in, if there is a vibrant night economy, as well as access to great food opportunities and options late at night, this helps get a lot of benefit to the tourism sector, which can actually, in my opinion, grow multifold. This also reduces risk during lockdowns and emergencies. Imagine if when the first COVID happened, everything was shut. And in the case of emergency and lockdowns, if delivery is allowed and people that are able to deliver at night, this kind of helps with
Absolutely.
that situation as well.
Right,
So
Mr.
yeah, more
Kalra?
employment activity, etc.
Yes, so lots of positives here indeed, but I just want to play the devil's advocate here and just talk about what certain issues could be now, with restaurants operating round the clock. If you could highlight some challenges for us in terms of staffing, you did say that more shifts would be needed, but what about logistics? Because to a certain extent, you have a limit on the way public transport works in Mumbai. Could be the buses, could be metros, your local trains. What about a revamp needed on that front now that you have malls, restaurants, eateries, and a lot of public places running around the clock?
This is a very valid point, especially in a city like Mumbai, which relies heavily on commuter activity. And the trains, I think, shut at a certain time. That could become a challenge. So I think that'll be the onus of the establishments that are choosing to run 24/7 to ensure that a trip back, a drop-off service back for its employees is introduced. For example, in my company, any female employee that stays after 10 o'clock is given a drop-off. The company covers the costs. It's either through a designated taxi or through a reimbursement of taxi charges to the employee. So that particular aspect will have to be worked out because I think the trains will shut. So either you come up with shifts where you are sending a bunch of people back at 10 and the next shift goes from 10 till the time the trains actually start in the morning. But that particular aspect can be addressed. However, there are always going to be pros and cons. And I appreciate that you're playing the devil's advocate. But in this case, the advantages are far outweighing any cons. And, yes, there could be, problems with, some kind of access to transport. There could be certain, I don't predict any law and order issues because alcohol places are shut. So technically, there's no law and order issue that I perceive. Only food places will be open, and people tend to behave themselves if they're not inebriated. So from that perspective, I think this has practically got no cons. But yes, the transport issue that the government may need to kind of, increase times or start the trains early so that the shift that is staying late at night can go back home and relax and rest. It's very important to have a safe commute back home, especially for the tons of female employees that are involved in our industry. And as a result, I think that will have to be considered both by the authorities and by the establishments that are choosing to stay open 24/7.
Understood. And Mr. Kalra, if you can tell us, do you expect other states to follow suit? For now, this has only come in Maharashtra, but do you expect other states to probably follow suit?
I hope so. I hope every single state in the country does this. How can this have any negative? It's just food being served to people. This is the hardest working race of people in the world. Nobody works longer hours than India. And Indians have a lot of fire in the belly. They're all very excited. We have a very young populace. Our average age is 28. We're the youngest country in the world. And we also have this sense of, we're trying to find ourselves. The young people are enjoying eating out more than any other form of entertainment. The food business is 40 times larger than Bollywood. We're the number one form of entertainment for Indians, and we also enjoy the highest percentage of gross disposable income spend of the Indian consumer's wallet. So it is the number one form of entertainment. It's the cleanest way. I think there is no love more nobler than the love for food. And I think food is such a positive way in which to kind of relax, enjoy yourself, and enjoy with friends or colleagues, etc., etc. I think this is going to have a major impact to the entire country if all the other states, not all, but at least if many other states kind of join the bandwagon. This is a very positive move. Like I said, there are hardly any cons. If there is one con, there are 10 advantages. And I foresee that this will have a trickle-down effect and a ripple effect across other cities that are wanting to build a more vibrant night economy, that are willing to help every stakeholder in the equation, that are willing to collect more taxes, that are willing to provide more employment for their people. So I think from every perspective, this is a move that should be emulated and copied blatantly, wholesale, by other cities and states.
Okay, sounding very optimistic on that note, and here's to hoping that we get more food at any time of the day because, well, indeed, all of us, I believe, in this conversation are food lovers, especially Ashesha and me. But on that note, Mr. Kalra, thank you so much